All right, so I'm going to show you how to replace the timer on this model here. Uh, after we replace the solenoid, the knob piece here comes straight out, so you just grab it and pull it out, and it just pop right out. There's nothing holding it except the little tabs on it. Okay. Once you get that out of there, you will need to remove your latch lock here. This guy here is mounted to it to have space, and there's a screw right underneath it right here. That's the Phillips. You undo that. They already did it, so I could make it a little easier. Pull that out. Make sure it's just on the left side here. You open your door. Remove your screws around the inner panel. There's one there on top. Highly suggest using a Phillips screwdriver, not an impact drill or any kind of drill, because you will break the plastic tabs inside, and then you'll have to replace the front panel there. Okay. Mine already did that, so I could show you how to do this. Front panel comes out. I lift it up. I get you, and here's your timer right behind here. It's a plastic protective piece here with a piece of tape. Remove the tape. Have access to it. Got one connector here. Use a flat screwdriver. Put it underneath it. Comes right out. The other bigger connector here. You got two tabs on the left and the right. You squeeze it. It pulls right out. Okay. There will be two Phillips screws in here. I already pulled mine out, so I could show you how to do this. Once you get that part out, the timer should come out, and then so the lower part of the timer slides inside here. Okay. In the bottom, there's no screws on the lower part. Okay. You lift the back part up, timer comes out, and you'll have the timer in your hand just like that. When you install the new timer, make sure you reuse this wheel piece. Okay. The new one does not come with it. If you don't put it in there, your dispenser, which is mechanical, it's right in here, will not open if you do not install that. It slides straight up. You could put a screwdriver to kind of help it up, but it doesn't take a whole lot for it to come up. Okay, I just did it right there just with my hand. Okay, and it goes in only one way. Have a little notch in there. Put it back in its place. Also, do not try to make sure the spring and this lever here, okay, that goes up and down, is still in its place. If that comes out where you don't put it properly in there, it's gonna jam up the lever system for the soap release. Okay. Once you get the new timer, take a timer and you look for the little slots where it goes inside here, the bottom. Okay. You got one for the left and the right. You put it both in there, and then you try to make sure the screw holes in the top are back in its place. You put the two screws. You also check the lever, make sure it's not stuck. Okay, so you don't want to break that. Once that's on there, you put the connectors back in its place, and then you reassemble everything the way you took it apart. Just 1 second here to show you how to put it back together. So I'm putting some of the screws back in. There's two screws here, so put the left and the right. Plastic piece goes over it. Okay, then the panel comes back down. Okay, it's a little tricky with the locking device here. Sometimes you have to kind of play with it back and forth to align it. So there's the door, and I always give it a little lift to the lock on the back side here, so it lines up. You have to kind of play with it for a second. Boom. So once that's through like that, reassemble the screws back in there. Put the lever piece in there. That piece will not go on until you lock the door. So for example, when the door closes, then you have access to it to come out. Then you put the screw in there. And the knob, all you got to do is find which way it fits. And it goes only one way. It does not fit two ways. Okay? You'll see an arrow, kind of like a cutout. You You follow the back side of the knob. A lot of times I'll put it in and then I'll just churn it until you feel it kind of go in its place. Once it goes in its place, then I push it all the way and it just locks. Boom. Once that's done, your dishwasher is repaired and it's done. It's the timer and the solenoid both at the same time. So if burning smell in the kitchen, not draining, that's your problem. On this older model, you might not see that problem so often. On the newer ones, very common, very common. On GE or HotPoint, which are the same units made by the same manufacturer. If you like my video, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.